You ever wondered how some people manage to speak 3, 4, or even 5 languages while you struggle to find time to study English? I am Bahar, and in this video I'm going to give you a weekly plan on how to study a new language effectively so you are going to use your time wisely. I'll cover the pre-steps, the main steps, and one important point that I will tell you at the end. You ready? Let's get into it. Every time you want to plan to study a new language, you should definitely remember these 2 things. Number 1, balance your work life and your study life. Don't overwhelm yourself with too much work, so at the end of the week you are going to be so tired and you would say, I'm not going to study this language anymore. So please adjust your study plan to fit your weekly routine, so you would enjoy learning and at the end of the week you have enough time to relax. Number 2, find a focused study environment. Choose a place where you can concentrate deeply, where you are free from distractions like social media or loud noises. So the environment should be quiet enough to help you focus, but also not so quiet that makes you sleepy. I recommend you to play a mellow music for yourself. It's so hot in here. Now we are going to plan for a week, and also I should tell you that I'm going to cover both vocabulary and grammar. Day 1, we're going to start with vocabulary. We are going to learn some new words through podcasts or watching a movie or reading some textbooks that are related to a specific topic. Check out the new phrases, the new words, and always pay attention to how they are used in that context. Is that a noun, a verb, an expression, or an adjective? If you don't know the words part of speech or how it is used in a context, how you are going to use them in your writing and your speaking. You might ask me, why can't we use vocabulary textbooks or dictionaries to learn new words? I don't want you to overwhelm yourself with lots of new words and new vocabulary. That's not the main point. We are not going to learn a list of words. But let me tell you that if you use a dictionary or a textbook that has a list of new words in it, always pay attention to how that word or that phrase is used in a context. So in the future, you can use it in your sentences correctly. This step might take around 1.5 hours. After that, it's time to learn some grammar. Begin by knowing and assessing your English level. If you know that you're a pre-intermediate student, please start with some basic grammar lessons like simple present, simple past, simple future. You can build a strong foundation before you move on. You shouldn't learn every single word that you hear or you read. This makes you feel overwhelmed. I just want you to pick 3 or 4 words that feels special or relatable to you. That's it. Let me tell you that it doesn't have to be a new lesson every day. No, some grammar lessons are so complicated or so advanced. You spend about 3 or 4 days on one grammar lesson so you can master that lesson before you go to the next lesson. Every time you face a new grammar lesson, you're going to find different structures, different formats of the sentences. So at this point, I want you to read lots of examples, lots of sentences. This can help you to understand how that grammar structure is used in that context. It is so important. So after that, you can use them in your writing and your speaking correctly. And at the last step, you have to mix them together. You have the pieces of the puzzle, which are the new words and vocabulary, and also the frame of the puzzle, which is the new grammatical structure that you learned. We have learned how we can use that word or that grammar lesson in a context, right? Now it's time to create our own. This helps you to activate your knowledge from learning passively. This was the final step, and you can repeat each of these 3 steps every single day. You might wonder, what if I don't have enough time to do all the work in one day? I say you can break these steps down into different days. For example, on the first day, you can just focus on learning some new vocabulary and new phrases and expressions through a podcast, a textbook, or a movie. Try to use the new grammar structure and the new vocabulary to practice speaking and writing. Okay guys, one very important point about this plan that I wanted to tell you is that you have to practice grammar and vocabulary with all 4 of your skills so you can improve all of them at the same time. I mean, speaking, writing, listening, and reading. Every skill is individually so important and can help you to improve your language. Listen to a podcast to learn a new vocabulary. You can read a textbook to learn some expressions. You can watch a movie and then you can speak and write about them and check if you have used them correctly. If you don't know how to cover all of your skills in your practices, I have a lesson just right here so you can balance your practices with your skills. In this video, we scheduled a weekly plan for ourselves so we can learn a new language effectively to use our time wisely throughout the week. That was it for today's video. If this video was useful for you, don't forget to subscribe to my channel right now and like this video to support me and to let the YouTube algorithm know that you have enjoyed this content. So yeah, that was it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye. Have a nice day.